Hello everyone, let us discuss the Codechef problem school trip. You are given n number of students present in the school and x number of students are willing to go to the school trip. Each bus can accommodate exactly k number of students and partially filled buses are not allowed to go to the school trip. Hence, the total number of students going to the school trip should be exactly divisible by k. To achieve this, we have option to convince some students to change their mind. Either we can convince them not to go to a trip, or we can convince them to go to the trip. The goal of the problem is to find minimum number of changes so that you can have a successful trip. There is a condition in the question that it is allowed that no student can also go to a trip. This is the problem statement given. Let us understand it further by taking some examples. There are total students are 5 and 4 students are willing to go to a trip and the bus capacity is 2. As we already discussed earlier that the number of students should be divisible by k. If we observe here, x is already divisible by k. In this case, our minimum changes will be 0 and we can accommodate these 4 students in 2 buses. Let us take another example where number of students are 5 and x is 5 and the capacity of bus is 3. So, if we observe here, x is not divisible by k. If we accommodate 3 students in one bus, 2 students will be remaining. We can find out the remaining students by using a formula that x mod k. So remaining students will be 2. Here we have two options. Either we can convince these 2 students to not to go to trip. Then the minimum will be 2. Or we can add some number of students to achieve the bus capacity. How we can find out the number of students? How many number of students we can add? That by the formula k minus remainder gives the number of students to be added. So k minus 2 will be 1. So here we have option of convincing these 2 students not to go to trip, or we can add one student so that we can accommodate other 2 students. But in this case the minimum will be 1. But wait a second. Here n is 5 and x is also 5. We want one more student. Is there any student available here to add one more student? No. We can do this choice only when n minus x is greater than or equal to the add. So here in this case our answer will be 2 because we don't have enough students to add. We'll take another example here. Total number of students is 5 and 2 students are willing to go. The bus capacity is 3. Here we'll see. As already discussed, x is not divisible by k. We can find out the remaining students formula by x mod k, which is 2 mod 3, which is 2. We can convince these 2 students not to go. to a trip. In this, then the minimum will be 2, or we can add some number of students by using formula k minus remainder, that is 3 minus 2, which is 1. Is one student available? Let us check using the formula n minus x greater than or equal to add. 5 minus 2 is greater than or equal to add, which is 3 is greater than or equal to 1. Yes, we have 3 more students which are added to the trip. So in this case, our answer will be 1. So the minimum changes will be 1. So the pseudocode of this will be, first we'll check if x mod k is 0. That means, is it x is divisible by k? In this, our minimum will be 0. Else, we have options here. If the remaining students are x mod k and add, we can add the number of students by using formula k minus remainder. If n minus x greater than or equal to add, then we'll choose minimum L among both remainder and add. Else our answer will be the remainder. So this is the logic behind the school trip question. Thank you.